The Innovation Theater at CSEMP Edge 24 is sponsored by Gaines. Move forward faster.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Anthony DeMori. I'm the COO, CFO with EAGLE. It's EAGLE, EAIGLE.com. We're a machine learning vision software, and we'll tell you more about it. And this is David Shugan.
Good morning, I guess, right? I'm an Eastern time zone guy, but good morning. I'm Dave Shugan. I am the VP of Client Solutions for EAGLE, and looking forward to spending some time with a few of you today.
Just take you to the slide. So today we're going to talk about how AI is changing the gate and the yard across DCs everywhere. And what we mean by that is, through the last couple of years, we've noticed a lot of inefficiencies, not only at the guard shack, but also the yard. And we're going to go over some of those problems that we've seen and how we solve them using AI. So we can start off with RFID tags. Number one, they're very costly. Number two, some of them are labor intensive. If you see some of them, the actual ones that you put on top of the trailer. Number one, they're magnetic. Number two, some of the trailers are aluminum, so they don't stick very well, so you lose about a third of those every year. And it costs you about $100,000 to $200,000 a year to replace. And they're not very precise either. The other thing is, at the gatehouse, we've seen a few problems. Number one, inaccuracy. It's all manual, so if you have a guard person in the shack and there's a line of trucks, he's rushing to drop down information, number one. Number two, we've seen clients, and I've seen it personally, 5, 6, 7 trucks deep waiting to get in. The process takes anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. And before you know it, your trucks are lining up on the main road, and now you're getting ticketed for that. But the real problem is also security. David and I were at Apex a couple of days ago, right down the street, LP convention. And David, you want to share what we learned about third shift?
Yeah, the biggest opportunity from a retail perspective was a lot of trucks, unfortunately, yards close down sometimes at 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the morning, and the trucks have to line up outside, and those are where those retailers are actually getting boosted. People are coming in, breaking in as they line up, so being able to have a 24-hour service where they can at least get in the yard, automated, don't even need to have it manned, was a big opportunity from a retail perspective, from a shrink and loss perspective.
And then the other thing is the operational bottlenecks, like I just said at the gatehouse, but also, and these are large Fortune 100 companies, where you see people in the yard on a golf cart with a pad of paper, 2 people driving around taking inventory. Now that doesn't work, and the reason it doesn't work, once you take that inventory, 20, 30 trucks could come in and out, inside the yard moves, the inventory is no longer accurate. So we're helping to solve that problem as well with yard audits, and we'll get a little bit into it now. So EAGLE has AI vision. What we do is we use regular cameras, security cameras, nothing special about them. These are $800 to $1,000 cameras. You might already have some at the gatehouse. We'll leverage those as well. We typically take about 5 cameras per lane, 1 lane in and 1 lane out, and we automate the whole process. So typically a truck pulls up. What we do is we capture information from the truck, license plate, DOT number, California number, information from the trailer, like trailer number, SCAT number, logo. We also scan the asset. This is an important one for 360 view. And we have companies that have up to 6 claims a month per DC. So now you can simply go back on your database, pull up the pictures, show that the damage was already there, and you can dispute it without going getting into any legal fees. And that can add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, depending on how many DCs you have. The other thing we also do is once you become a customer, we give you a web link. It's not a download app or anything. It's a web link that you send to all your drivers, your couriers. They simply click on it, name, carrier they're with, BOL number, PO number. Sometimes you might ask for the serial number. Any information that your guard will get, we capture. Once he enters that information, they get a QR code. That QR code is valid for 1 entry. So when they pull up to the gate now, again, our cameras are picking up all the other information from the trailer and the truck. The driver has a QR code, they simply scan it. We take that information real time, talk to your YMS, WMS, whatever you're using for appointment setting. We communicate back and forth, make sure it matches. and we're taking the average time down to under 30 seconds from the time the truck pulls up to the time they're inside the gate. Now, what we also do on our kiosk, we show you where the spot is assigned. So if you're assigned spot 120 and it's located in the back of the warehouse, we're going to draw like a little GPS map of where to go. Now, this all sounds great and sounds like it will eliminate problems. However, just because you tell a driver to park in spot 125 doesn't mean they're going to go to spot 125. And you know, people usually laugh when I say this because they know it's a real problem. So what happens is, you know, if the truck goes to spot 110 instead, the YMS has no way of knowing that. So the next truck comes in, they might assign spot 110. Now that's taken, he parks in the wrong spot. And all of a sudden you have a domino effect where you don't know where your inventory is, and again, you have the two people in the golf cart driving around 3-4 times a day. So what we do is we leverage cameras in the yard as well. We track the truck throughout the yard. When the truck parks, if it's in the right spot, great. If it's in the wrong spot, we're going to talk to the YMS and let them know, hey, Anthony from EAGLE just put trailer number 124 in spot 110. 115 is still open, 110 is now occupied. Now, the other problem we're solving with that is double stack trailers. When people double stack trailers in some of the yards, you lose visibility of the trailers in the back. By leveraging the vision, we know it's there. Unless that trailer moves, we know it's still there, so we're always going to track it real time.
It also goes by zones as well, Anthony, I think is another great point.
Absolutely. I'll be bringing that up as well. We can also do it by zones if you don't want to put up a lot of cameras. And by zones, we mean we can break out the yard every 50 trucks, however you want. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. And we can tell you which zone it's in. As well as we have logic as well. If it's fresh food, it should be going to Zone 1, Zone 2, the warehouse directly, whatever it is. Frozen food, you know, if it's closed, it can go in Zone 5. So we also work with your team to go over your standard operating procedures as well as, you know, any other things you want to add that we can do. So some of the feedback, let me go to the other slide. Some of the feedback from our customers. Number one, the efficiency, because we're getting the trucks in there under 30 seconds compared to 8 to 12 minutes, number one. But number two is really the data. They didn't realize how much data that we're not getting. They were getting about 20% compared to 100% of the data now. They're getting 80% more data. And why I want to talk about the data is, as you spread across all your DCs, 20, 30, 40 DCs, now you have all this data on all your couriers, your drivers, how long the truck's in there, how long it's at the warehouse, how long it takes to go out. We take away your demurrage and deterrence fees, but also we can become predictive in our analytics, so you can know how to time your schedule better. So if people have to go straight to the warehouse, you know how long it takes on average each truck to be there. Beaver, would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think that's really an important point because it's all about efficiency and payroll. So if anywhere we can make sure that your teams are more prepared to put your trucks in the yard where they need to be and speed a process, we're not wasting time checking somebody in, they're not wasting time on that golf cart mentality, and then it secures the yard. If people are able to spend more time making sure everyone is safe and everything is secure, it just, from an ROI standpoint, it just makes the value even more.
Yeah, and I just want to follow up on a couple of things. You know, we're not looking to replace the security guards, obviously. We're looking to utilize them somewhere where they're more valuable, especially with the crime keeps going up, especially at the distribution centers. Now you can leverage them inside the SOC office. They can watch all the cameras. They can handle any exceptions that happen at the gatehouse, but you don't need a full-time person just sitting there taking truck information. Also, like David said earlier, with us now you have a 24/7 gatehouse that's guarded. So if you have late night deliveries, they no longer have to sit outside where they can get boosted. They can go inside and drop off the load.
Yeah, and I'll add real quick, accuracy. So cameras provide real-time information and it's accurate. So there's no accidentally fat fingering an information, transposing a number. So accuracy makes, and then also from a claim perspective, using LIS as well, we now know what do the trucks look like coming in, we know what they look like going out, anything that happened in the middle, we're able to prove one way or the other from a liability perspective.
And now, you know, we just don't work with trailers, we also work with tanker companies, containers, we'll read the chassis number. Right now we're working with a customer out of Atlanta actually, where they load up flatbeds inside the warehouse and we're scanning the flatbeds as they go out to read the pallets. Not only are we reading the pallets, the QR codes, but we're also displaying an image on the driver's app so he knows exactly where the pallets are when he makes the delivery. Any questions? We're at booth 308. Please stop by. We'd love to meet everybody and kind of explain more. There's other stuff we do as well. We're always coming up with new solutions for the client. For example, we're working with one client where as the trucks leave the warehouse, they have to make sure it's empty. So we can take a picture of the inside of the trailer and do that. Or flatbed leaves, make sure that there's a top covering the merchandise, or it can't leave the gate. We do that as well. So on the way out, we also create a QR code. Driver scans that QR code on the way out. We make sure that all the questions are answered. Is it pulling the right trailer? Is it empty? Is it full? Does it have a top over it? So we do increase the security as well as on the way out to make sure the right trailers are being pulled.
Yeah, and as Anthony said, we're just up a little bit by the Penske booth up there. I can see that one, but a live demo. So we have a nice little visual aid that can kind of see the whole process through. That allows everybody to kind of see a little bit more in detail of what Anthony just mentioned.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.